Galovina guia dolosana angito talita kini ana barong ng Bula FM e Golden Point Resort basendo nambando ana here binaka.
Bula binaka na adang kotevita uti ungoi 90 ando talita wale barong ng Bula FM nambando ana sel.
Na adang ko makilesi berkeraki NSB ng Bula FM nambando ana sel.
Elong ratu kitchen ko tabo ando talita na barong ng Bula FM nambando ana sel ngo lusu.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
This is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. In this bulletin, Category 4 tropical cyclone Winston to affect Fiji from tomorrow. Flash flood warning for all low-lying areas in Fiji as of tomorrow. And DISMAC activates evacuation centers around Fiji. Severe tropical cyclone Winston, a Category 4 system, is expected to enter Fiji waters in the next 24 hours. The weatherman says the Lau Group, Taviuni and the Lomaiviti Group are expected to start feeling the effects of Winston by this evening. Madhyam Bolaitamana has more.
And before it approaches,
Director Meteorology Ravin Kumar is calling on all Fijians to prepare for severe tropical cyclone Winston, which will be upon us in the next 48 hours.
The message for the rest of the communities all around Fiji is that to be better prepared for this storm. This storm has a potential to bring storm force to hurricane force winds, as it is a category system which is going to enter Fiji waters and affect for next 24 to 48 hours.
Tropical cyclone Winston was located 570 kilometers northeast of Oneilau or 450 kilometers east of Lakemba at midday today. The Category 4 system is expected to trek over the Lau Group over the next 2 days and lie 70 kilometers south-southeast of Suva or 60 kilometers northeast of Kandavu on Sunday.
Before it approaches Lakemba, the winds, especially these strong winds, will increase to the destructive gale force winds, and then even destructive storm force winds will also be spreading out onto these islands as it approaches.
Along with strong winds, severe tropical cyclone Winston is expected to bring torrential rain over the Fiji group.
And as the system approaches to close to this, the rains will become more frequent, heavy at times, flooding of low-lying areas will increase as it approaches.
The weatherman has stressed that all Fijians in maritime regions need to take the necessary precautions and refrain from going out to sea. Madhyam Bolaitamana, FBC News.
Evacuation centers are ready and on standby in Fiji's 4 regions as tropical cyclone Winston heads our way. This was confirmed by the National Disaster Management Office Director Akapusi Tuifangalele, and he advised everyone to prepare while there is still time. Farzana Nisha has more.
The nation is on alert as tropical cyclone Winston heads towards Fiji and is expected to reach tonight to early tomorrow morning. The NDMO Director Tuifangalele says the country will experience heavy rain and winds. People in the low-lying areas have been advised to move to higher ground or a safer place. The evacuation centers are ready.
In the past, we used about 600 of them. Once we have the list, we will send it out to the media so that you can inform the communities. So the school managers are ready around the clock around Fiji for the 4 divisions. So also people, they know where they go to, because this is not the first time that we have had it. So they should know where to go to, and the schools are being used, the managers are being informed, so they are also ready. The evacuation centers are ready.
Tuifangalele says the nation should prepare as this is a strong cyclone and could reach a Category 5.
It's a big one. It is not a small one. It is something similar perhaps to the one that hit Vanuatu last year. As we know, the Category 4 tropical cyclone Winston is actually gathering intensity. Don't be surprised if by tomorrow it's been named as a Category 5 tropical cyclone hurricane. So along that line, it's proper for us here at the National Disaster Management Office to warn the nation, all the islands in Fiji and all the communities in Fiji to be prepared.
People are advised to secure their homes and keep a check on their children. Mariners have been advised not to go out to sea. Farzana Nisha, FBC News.
Police officers have been deployed to various parts of Fiji to help evacuate people living in vulnerable areas in light of tropical cyclone Winston. Chief of Operations ACP Rusiate Tundravu has directed all divisional commanders to assist in operation readiness, the response plans for the Fiji Police Force. Savara Tumbua has more.
The Fiji Police Force is already on alert at all divisions around the country. ACP Rusiate Tundravu says operation readiness is designed to ensure that people in vulnerable areas are easy and quickly moved to safer locations.
This does not include those that are doing routine duties and also that stand by in the various stations. Also, our men up at our special response unit at Miles are being alerted to be on standby. So we are closely monitoring the situation and also receiving reports from our various community posts and police stations.
Tundravu adds, for areas where flooding isn't a worry, residents will be advised to stay indoors, secure their home and property, and given any assistance necessary. He says parents must keep an eye on their children. In Kantabu, 23 police officers and 6 military personnel are working with government officials and a team from DISMAC based at the Bunisea police station. Constable Ovini Burkalu says school children on the island were sent home early due to strong winds and advisories on tropical cyclone Winston.
One of our team is working in conjunction with military officials in conducting community policing, at the same time alerting villages on tropical cyclone Winston.
Police officers in the log group have been divided into teams of 2, ready to respond to any emergency that may arise. Lakemba Police Station officer in charge, Sergeant Waisele Tomu, says all evacuation centers in the group have been activated. Police are advising people living in the log group and in Kandabu to make use of the lead time and move to safer locations. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
People in the capital city were rushing about today doing their last-minute shopping before tropical cyclone Winston arrives. FBC News took to the streets late this afternoon and found lots of hustle and bustle as people stocked up on essentials. Most supermarkets were cashing out items like canned food, bottled water, batteries, candles and torches. These are essential supplies in any emergency, and families are being advised to stock up before tropical cyclone Winston arrives. Authorities say people should not wait until the last minute to act. Coming up after the break, Prime Minister says flag change is not a political issue.
Yandra, I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Fbctv Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Tilipa from Tavor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The National Federation Party has instructed their lawyers to continue with legal action despite their suspension being lifted by the Register of Political Parties. Party leader Dr. Biman Prasad says it is important for these issues to be resolved by the courts. Ali Kimbia has more.
The National Federation Party strongly believes that they were not breaching the political party's decree and it was not necessary for them to be suspended from Parliament.
We have challenged the supervisor's finding that NFP was in breach of the political party's decree. We do not believe he interpreted the law correctly on the question of who may audit those accounts.
NFP leader Dr. Biman Prasad says they will not comment any further on matters relating to their suspension. Prasad stated that the supervisor of elections should understand how the political party's decree operates in a democracy.
We have also challenged his decision to suspend NFP. We do not believe it was necessary for him to do that, and we do not believe that the law allowed him to do that.
Party President Tupou Nramindalo says this is odd as no government executive should not interfere with the work of Parliament.
That's just not how democracy works in our system of governance. No member of the executive should be able to make that kind of decision to interfere with the working of Parliament. And it was quite surprising to me as a lawyer that members of the government would suppress the very house that gives them their legal authority.
The National Federation Party is also taking legal advice on the decision made by the Speaker to suspend them from Parliament and whether they should take any further action. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Any resource owner who takes fish or any marine life from their traditional fishing grounds will soon need to obtain a license from the Ministry of Fisheries. Eleanor Rangaivu reports the government is proposing new fees and changes to the use of the ngoli-ngoli.
The first round of public consultation on regularizing the goodwill payment to customary fishing right owners for inshore fishing licenses got underway in Namboa, Lumboa yesterday.
The main purpose of the consultation, which starts here today, is the need to put together an arrangement to regularize the goodwill payment to ngoli-ngoli owners by those who want to use our ngoli-ngoli for business purposes.
Ngoli-ngoli owners and fishermen were informed of the government's intention to introduce excess fees for anyone who takes fish out of any ngoli-ngoli for business or trade purposes.
The law about using our ngoli-ngoli for business or trade purpose has been here since 1942, and we are using it now. I plead with you all, especially here, to speak openly, speak freely, help us put together a law that will not only benefit you, but your future generation to come.
The proposed excess fee is divided into 4 tiers. The first covers rural-based people like women who catch prawns, crabs, kai and lumi, etc. They will need to pay $100 to get a yearly license. Tier 2 covers commercial fishermen with a proposed license fee of $1,000. Tier 3 is for large commercial fishing vessels with a proposed fee of $3,000, and Tier 4 covers those who collect live rock, live coral and live fish for aquariums with a proposed $5,000 license fee. 10% of this fee will go to government administration costs and the 90% will go to the Provincial Council Office. Tuivuya Amenatabe Rambona, who during the consultations requested for more time to fully understand the proposal and its intentions before giving their feedback.
We have not even received any document of what you are talking about, and we will make our decision when we receive the document of all the information that you are sharing us today.
Ngoli-ngoli owners in the province of Mbua will sit on the 8th and 9th of March in the Mbosini Tikina to discuss government's proposal and then make a submission to the minister. The proposal will then be taken to cabinet and then later to parliament for endorsement. The consultations continue today in Lambasa. It will head to Sabu-Sabu tomorrow and end in Taviuni on Saturday. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama is calling on people politicizing the change of the national flag. Bainimarama made this comment at a Talanoa session in Amena village, Tailevu yesterday. Ali Kimbia has more.
With 10 days remaining before the deadline of submissions for the new flag, Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says people should not listen to those who are politicizing the move.
Many are taking the flag change as a political issue and listening to what others are saying about the change. Please do not listen to these comments. I heard some are saying that the new flag will take away the identity of Itoke people.
Bainimarama specifically pointed out the opposition member of parliament, clearly stating that the flag change is not only for Itoke people, but for all Fijians.
I want to make it clear that this flag is not only for Itoke people, it is for all Fijians. It's for all ethnic groups, all denominations, and all people in the country who call themselves Fijians. This flag belongs to all of us.
Beginning March 1st, designs will be shortlisted through the Prime Minister's office and be made available for public feedback for a 3-month period. People will be able to express their preference through public consultation, social media, and text platforms. Once the public's input is taken on board, the new design is expected to be announced on July 1st to be our new flag. The new national flag will be raised on Constitution Day, September 7th. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Sports is up next. Here's Jamie with the very latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up in sports, opportunity awaits for 5 uncapped Fiji Sevens players. And Fijianas ready for Sao Paulo Sevens this weekend. We'll have this and more after the break.
मैं हूँ रेहान खान करबो तालेबू के जैसे फेस्टिवल आई ग्रेड है करबो में उसी तरह मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है करबो में
एलिन लटका में मिर्ची एफएम को लॉक कर दिया जाए मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
हम नकाशी से सामान है हमारा फेस्टिवल जैसे नंबर 1 है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है
माय नेम इज दिनेश हम नैंडी में काम करता है स्लीपिंग जायंट जिपलाइन में और मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट आई लाइक इट
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
Vodafone Fiji Sevens coach Ben Ryan is taking a positive look at the injuries within the team. The circumstances has given Ryan a chance to allow uncapped players in the squad an opportunity to show what they have to offer in the World Series. Chale Ndadakadaka reports.
5 uncapped players in the national extended squad will be wondering who will get the nod for the Las Vegas and Vancouver Sevens next month. The door is now open to bring in new players to replace the injured William Mata and Apisa Ndomalelai, while Pio Tuwai battles food poisoning and Sim Konatani returns to club rugby in France.
With every disappointment comes opportunity, so hand on heart, genuinely as an opportunity, and I'm excited about some new talent that we're going to give a chance to in the next 2 tournaments.
The bigger picture for Ryan is the Rio Olympics. He is prepared to take a gamble with the makeup of his squad for now during the World Series.
As I've said before, if suddenly we get to London and Paris and I haven't played enough boys this season and we get injuries, we don't want to be in a situation where we're giving new caps out in the Olympic Games. So I need to give a chance to some of the boys that are playing domestically.
Ryan will announce the final 12-member squad for the Las Vegas and Vancouver Sevens next Friday. It is now certain that at least 2 new players will get their chance to put on the white jersey for the very first time. Chalendo Takadaka, FBC Sports.
The Telecom Fijiana side will be fighting to shrug off its long-time nemesis of Day 2 jitters when it competes at the Sao Paulo Sevens in Brazil this weekend. Coach Chris Cracknell says the national side tends to slack off on the final day of competition. The players were put through a grueling training program over the past few weeks to maintain consistent performances during tournaments and had a scrimmage session with Spain earlier this week. Fiji is grouped with Australia, Canada and Ireland in the Sao Paulo Sevens. The Fijiana will take on Australia in its opening match at 1:44 a.m. on Sunday. Top local rugby clubs have been confirmed for the Martin Tar Sevens next month. The 3rd tournament in as many years was launched at the Toka Toka Resort earlier today. Josephine Vula has the details.
Out to expose more untapped talent, organizers are keen to sign up more teams for the Martin Tar Sevens tournament. Media liaison officer Timothy Wanganimburotu says interest shown by top teams has been encouraging for the organizers.
We have confirmation from the top teams, including the champion Towing Sevens, Tampadam, likewise with the Coral Coast champion Police.
It's hoped for 48 teams will be confirmed for the 2-day competition.
The closing date for registration will be on the 4th of March, and we hope that the teams will pay up their fees. It will be on a first-come, first-served basis.
Also present at the ceremony, defending champions Westfield Dragons received a check of about $7,000 and a set of new jerseys from sponsors Toka Toka Resort. Resort's General Manager Nasoni Tamani says they are excited about the Matintar Sevens.
Tokotoka Westfield has been defending champion for the last tournament, and we are grooming and we're wanting them to win the third tournament this year.
The tournament is supported by Fiji Women's Crisis Center, with the theme set for this year as Respect Women and Children, Be a Man. The Matintar Sevens will be held on the 18th and 19th of March at Prince Charles Park in Nandi. Josephine Novula, FBC Sports.
The Lautoka Hockey Association is encouraging clubs in the Western Division to start preparing for the upcoming season. Media Liaison Officer Fergus Underwood says the competition is always tough each year and that the top teams have already registered for the season.
We have defending champions from last year, the Huggers team, made up of a few veterans in hockey. But we have the Mates team, Rockefellers, Rebels from Nandi, Nine Rondro, the Tokalau women, and Blue Star newcomers.
The association is hosting a five-a-side competition which starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow at the Nandovu Hockey Grounds. The Kundan Singh Open Chess Championship, which was due to be held this weekend, has been postponed to a later date. The current weather conditions have forced the organizers to shift the event. The majority of chess players in the country are school students, and the Fiji Chess Association does not want to take any risks. The new dates for the tournament will be announced next week. That's it from Sports Tonight. It's back to Jackie with business.
Fiji National Provident Fund members can now access their account 24 hours a day thanks to a new service called MyFund. It's a partnership with the providers of the service Vodafone and NewNet Today. MyFund will be available to all Vodafone users and hopes to help FNPF customers to access their accounts as and when they need to. FNPF Chief Operations Officer Choichi Koroi says they will no longer need to visit FNPF offices to receive their withdrawal eligibilities and account balances.
It allows our members to check whether their employers are paying their contributions or whether their contributions are being directed to their accounts. Lastly, it's ideal. It is easy and convenient, an ideal choice for accessing information on FNPF account for most mobile phone users in all areas, including rural areas.
The service is only available to Vodafone customers for now and will attract an 18-cent transaction fee as of March. Severe tropical cyclone Winston was about 570 kilometers northeast of Onoilau at midday today, moving west at about 16 kilometers an hour. On this track, the cyclone is expected to be located about 260 kilometers east of Lakemba at midnight tonight. Lambasa was highest on the grid today, closing the day at 34 degrees Celsius. All other centers were in the low 30s. Tomorrow's forecast is for rain and thunderstorms over the Fiji group. And for Sunday, it's occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms becoming frequent and heavy at times. Flash flooding of low-lying areas are possible. Recapping the main stories for tonight, severe tropical cyclone Winston to start affecting Fiji from tomorrow. Flash flood warning for low-lying areas around the country. And DISMAC activates evacuation centers around Fiji. This week's poll question, after reports of a 7-month-old baby being raped, we are asking, are we doing enough to protect children from sexual predators? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. Stay safe. Good night.
I'm Sarah, I'm from Tavua, and I love listening to Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ulamila. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.